Here we go. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Real Estate Machine Show. Thank you so much for joining us on a very special occasion. We've got a special guest, Cindi Johnston from Seattle, Washington, actually just outside of Seattle. And Cindi, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris.
So, Cindi, you took the leap about 30 to 60 days ago and joined eXp Commercial. We are all thrilled to have you. We're excited to have a multifamily specialist up in the Pacific Northwest to join the cause. But for the purpose of the show, I'd love for you to kind of introduce yourself and kind of tell us how you got started in the business and how the business is working out for you. And then maybe a couple of the reasons that really compelled you to decide to switch brokerage and come over with us at eXp.
Yeah, well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Yeah, I switched actually 60 days ago over to eXp. I was commercial. I was working at another company, but I really wanted a larger network, and I wanted to be able to. I specialize in multifamily, and it's kind of a world that there's. It's not that big, honestly, and it's similar in different. I could go from Seattle to Sacramento or to Cleveland or wherever, and the investors are looking for the same types of things. So that kind of shortens the world. So to be able to have that ability to network with brokers within my same company all across the United States is a great opportunity. So I saw that vision and wanted to be a part of that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I mean, in the commercial world, we're dealing with dollars and cents and locations are obviously location, but an investor looking for a return in multifamily, if they're looking to scale, that's kind of how we got connected, is that you were actually cold calling in Cleveland from Seattle for your client to, acquire property in Cleveland, which I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was actually a guy that knew you, and I was talking to him, and he said he couldn't believe I was calling him, and we just struck up a conversation. He said, "You know what? I really need to connect you to this guy out here. He's a go-getter like you, and everything. His name is Chris Matan." And I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And I can't remember who called each other first. We connected, and then you brought up, eXp. I didn't know eXp had commercial division, and so that was great that my connection happened from the East Coast. I mean, practically all the way out to here. So that's what sold me, is because I want that global more view than just a local view.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of one of the things that that eXp is attracting people like you and I, people, I mean, they're attracting all different types of people, right? But that go-getter, self-sufficient, business ownership mentality is are the people that are attracted to this company. And you look at the bottom line, you look at the offering ultimately, and the money that you can make and kind of keep more than anything is a big deal. And the fact that we're all able to network between upwards of 86,000 financially aligned agents is just, it's a game changer. It really is a game changer.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited about it, and I've got opportunities in the works right now, and hoping to close some of them, and game on.
That's excellent. So let's go back a little bit. And how did you get into the business? What's your real estate resume look like, when you got started?
Well, something you just said, Chris, about being an entrepreneur and owning your own business and being the driver of it, that kind of experience I've had for because I used to own a restaurant and that kind of stuff. And then I've worked with a developer. And so I've had this kind of eclectic path of having the skill set that all kind of built for this. So I kind of feel like I got to it a little later than I really wish I would have, but anyway, I'm here. So there we go. And so I was helping a developer with a multi-use. It was down on Lake Union. It had a moorage for yachts. It had floating home development and an office building and storage space. And I got to just kind of be her assistant, the developer's assistant, to just kind of do whatever she needed, and a lot of investigative work and research and that kind of stuff. And that was so exciting. And I didn't even know that was really a career, but I was that was kind of the beginning of it. And then also just owning my own real estate. The very first house I bought had an ADU in the back, and it almost paid my house payment. And I didn't realize that, oh yeah, this is I was
make a
pretty
career out of
young.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. So it all kind of has been building throughout my whole adult life. But now a few years ago during COVID, the start of COVID, I got laid off because I was working with enterprise level companies with learning management, and we got completely shut down. And so I'm used to working with the CEO or the CFO or, the C-suite of people. But I thought, this is a time I'm laid off. That employment was awesome. And I'd never been on it my whole life. But I thought I kind of like a scholarship to go to school and learn a new industry. So I studied, took my exam, and came out of the gate. I started in residential just because I didn't know anything else, or I didn't know there was what commercial was really about. And I hit it out of the park and did more than anyone else in that brokerage. And then, but I thought, this isn't really me though. I like that C-suite level.
Yeah.
I like talking, more of a business than an emotional home purchase. So, and I had sold a fourplex, and I thought so I switched to commercial.
Yeah.
And it was just super exciting. I was like, oh wow, this is where I need to be. And it's my comfort zone. I don't mind cold calling. I don't mind, I love talking the numbers with them or the advantages of why this is a good investment. And so it's I've been in commercial now 2 years, almost 2 years. Yeah. So
yeah, it's interesting. I've been in the business a long time, and, frankly, I've always kind of been a generalist. And, I think there's a couple of everybody has their own ideas and their own schools of thought on what's the best route. But, I almost feel like the older that I get and the longer I'm in the business, the more I do want to focus. And it's important to, kind of grab onto a niche. And I, like we like multifamily, and I think that multifamily leads to a lot of different directions as well. But that avatar client that's buying multifamily and selling multifamily is, it's a business owner is who we're dealing with. And there's emotion in everything, but ultimately, like we talked about, it comes down to dollars and cents. And if that's what kind of drives us, that's the sandbox we should play in, and refer everything else out. Right.
No, it's an exciting area to be. And it's just I just like to help people navigate their investment and make an opportunity work for them. Super exciting. And Seattle's a great area. Also, I have clients that are looking in other areas, which is great about working with the eXp. Super exciting.
Awesome. Well, listen, if anybody wants to get in touch with you, from a professional standpoint, or just kind of get to know you, what's going on in Cleveland, or, need some multifamily advice, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn. I think that's the best thing. So Cindi Johnston on LinkedIn. It's Cindi with eXp. You can do a search, and that's the best way. I'm very active on LinkedIn. I think it's the best. It's basically my Rolodex. That's where I connect with people, and you can just really network throughout the entire country. So not only with, I mean, eXp is we have our own space to network with other brokers throughout eXp, but LinkedIn will give you access to lenders. I mean, anything in the real estate world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Very good. Awesome. Well, listen, I'll let you get back to it. Thank you so much for joining today.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that this is going to be one of the most popular shows on the channel.
Yeah.
You're a pleasure, and I'm so excited to be in business with you. And I hope that we're going to start doing some deals together. And I'm excited to have somebody in the Pacific Northwest to visit one of these days.
I
too.
know. Absolutely. It's beautiful here. Thank you,
Okay, my
Chris. I
girl.
appreciate
Listen,
it.
have a great day, great weekend, and a great
Yeah.
2023. And thanks again for
Yep.
everything.
Thank you. You too.
All right, we'll talk soon.